Dayz is a video game in the survival horror genre. It is developed and published by Bohemia Interactive. It is the successor of the mod of the same name for the game Arma 2. It was initially released in early access and after a 5-year development period was officially released in December 2018 for PC and in 2019 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Dayz is set in the fictional town of Chernarus, based on Eastern European locations in the post-Soviet Republic. Society has collapsed and a mysterious plague has infected most of the population, turning them into violent beings devoid of humanity and rational thought. The player, upon starting the game, is offered no backstory behind their survival and simply spawns along the coast of Chernarus. The goal of Dayz is to survive. The player must balance the needs for food, hydration, warmth, blood loss from injuries, and sickness. To do so, the player must explore and scavenge through the remnants of society in towns, villages, and other locations looking for food, water, and other items to aid in their survival. The player can find and equip clothing to customize their character and to provide protection from the elements, and items such as backpacks can provide extra carrying capacity. The player can also find and equip melee and firearm weapons, with powerful firearms usually only found in abandoned military bases and police stations. Whilst trying to survive, the player must also be wary of infected, who will turn hostile and try to attack the player if spotted, and often attack in groups. By far the biggest threat is other players. Each server can host up to 80 players who are all trying to survive the harsh landscape. Dayz can be seen to be a giant experiment of the human condition. Will that stranger help me or try to kill me? And conversely, should I help a player I meet, or should I try to kill them to take their gear? Can I trust this person, or will they betray me as soon as I turn my back? Each player must face these questions and decide where their morality lays. The survival genre is popular because it plays upon the fantasy of being stranded, alone, and having the challenge of fending for ourselves, with only the human instinct to survive motivating the player. The player can experience life through a protagonist that allows them to immerse themselves in a new world and experience things that they're not able to do in real life. Unreal World, a game released in 1992, is generally considered to be the most significant early example of the survival game. Being set in Iron Age Finland, the game portrays the survival against the harsh elements and freezing landscape. Rust and Ark Survival Evolved are two other examples of popular survival games similar to Dayz. Dayz offers no skill levels, matchmaking, or even a scoreboard. While a player through practice will gain mastery of the game's controls and nuances, the type of player to gravitate to the survival genre enjoys a gritty, realistic challenge with elements from other games such as first-person shooters and role-playing games. Dayz can be thought to be more akin to play than a game. Dayz creates an imagined world which the player is free to log in and log out from at any time. Dayz has no rules or motivations for the player to follow other than to survive. In doing so, Dayz encourages the player to value the means more so than the end. The reward for playing is participating in the game itself and surviving, with the player free to achieve this end in their own way and using their own morality.